In the previous lecture we started discussing Parkinson's disease. We talked about its symptoms, causes and treatment options. So today we'll start talking about Parkinson's disease treatment, and we'll begin with levodopa. First, remember that the main problem is the degeneration of dopaminergic neurons in basal ganglia. So can we use dopamine as a drug to compensate this degeneration? The answer is no. Because dopamine does not cross the blood-brain barrier, but we can use levodopa, which is the metabolic precursor of dopamine. It is actively transported into the CNS, and converted to dopamine, by dopamine decarboxylase enzyme. But there will be another problem, as dopamine decarboxylase enzyme is also found in the gastrointestinal tract and peripheral tissues. So more than 95% of levodopa is decarboxylated to dopamine in the periphery, resulting in nausea, vomiting, cardiac arrhythmias and hypotension. And less than 5% enters the CNS. So to solve this issue, and enhance the effects of levodopa on the CNS, levodopa should be co-administered with a dopamine decarboxylase inhibitor that does not cross the blood-brain barrier, such as Benserazide or Carbidopa. These agents diminish the metabolism of levodopa in the periphery, thereby increasing the availability of levodopa to the CNS. The addition of Carbidopa lowers the dose of levodopa needed by 4 to 5-fold, and consequently decreases the severity of the side effects arising from peripherally formed dopamine. Adverse effects include anorexia, nausea and vomiting. And this occur because of stimulation of the chemoreceptor trigger zone. Tachycardia and ventricular extrasystoles, that result from dopaminergic action on the heart. And hypotension may also develop. Adrenergic action on the iris causes mydriasis. Brownish saliva and urine, because of the melanin pigment produced from catecholamine oxidation. Visual and auditory hallucinations, and abnormal involuntary movements may develop. These effects reflect overactivity of dopamine in the basal ganglia. Levodopa can also cause mood changes, depression, psychosis, and anxiety. Fluctuations in motor response may be produced, also called on-off phenomenon. As levodopa has an extremely short half-life, 1 to 2 hours, which causes fluctuations in plasma concentration. And ingestion of meals, particularly if high in protein, interferes with the transport of levodopa into the CNS. So levodopa should be taken on an empty stomach, 30 minutes before a meal. Drug interactions include, vitamin B6 increases the peripheral metabolism of levodopa, and diminishes its effectiveness. Co-administration of levodopa and MAO inhibitors can produce a hypertensive crisis, caused by enhanced catecholamine production. That's all for this video. In the next lecture we'll continue talking about Parkinson's disease treatment. So subscribe, click on the bell icon and keep following us.